Oh, baby, yo ya sama wai.
I experienced something in 2014, you know, when you left home when you were 17 and speaking 6 languages, travel over 20 countries, you will have a lot of experience. In 2014, I come from Senegal. I landed on Saturday, and then I went to the apartment where I was living. When I came, I was really tired. You know, it was in the evening, so I slept the whole Sunday. I wake up, it was around 3-4 o'clock. I wake up because I was starving, not hungry. I was starving, but I was more tired when I come home. I didn't think clear, so I just slept. I wake up on Sunday, it was pouring, rain. So I went out and I can't go out to buy food, or what can I do? Okay, I don't have a SIM card. This is gonna be fun. I went down because I was living up. There was the neighbors down, but it was a house. So the club just gave me the apartment on top, above the house. So I was living there. So I went down to the people that rented the place and knocked on the door politely. They open. As soon as they open, I can smell the food. You know, it's like they opened the door. I was right into the kitchen. The woman was cooking and the man opened, and I said, hi. Oh, I'm sorry to bother you. I just slept all day. Is it any place close by where I can just buy food, just to be nice, hoping they will offer, you know? And she turned and looked at the wife, and then he said, wow, today is Sunday, everything is closed. But maybe if you go down, it's far, but you need to go all the way down, you know? There's a gas station. Yeah. I said, how long walking? Maybe half an hour. I was like, in my head, God, is those people, you know, have all their senses? I said, okay, thank you. You know, and I went up. I sit down. I wait for an hour. I mean, I can't go out. It was raining. You know, I don't have my phone to call, to order food, anything. And I said, okay, let me just go and ask them if I can get some food, you know. I will die here, you know. And then I went down again. I knocked the door. They were sitting and eating. Hi, sorry, you know, it's raining so much outside, and I was wondering, do you have any kind of bread or something just I can eat, you know, just to, yeah. They look at each other, having plate, full eating, and she just said, oh, let me see. And then she went into the fridge, opened the fridge, we have salami here. I said, but I don't eat pork. We have only pork here. But we have, yeah, let's see. Find a bread. It was like a stone. Maybe that bread was just ready to throw away. So she said, maybe I have a bread here, but it's very hard. Maybe, I say, yeah, it's okay. I can have that. But that's the only thing we can give you. I say, it's fine. I take the bread. I went up, shaking my head, you know. But it was funny. Actually, it was really funny. That's what I said. I'm happy now. Because no one had given me nothing for free. I went up. Maybe, I don't know what other people will do in my place. I just take a water. Because that's the only thing I had. I take a bowl, put a water. I take the bread, I cut it and put it inside the water. And then I eat. Then I go to bed, I sleep until the next day. And I go buy myself a big, huge, delicious pizza that I eat all by myself. That's how it is, you know. So, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy today where I am, the place where I am, having all my family, my kids back from home and here. But what people in Africa need to understand is like, it's not easy. If I can do the same job I'm doing back home and earning, I can say 10 times less money than what I earn right now, I stay back home. Because I will have all my family around me. I will have my friends. I will live in a warm country. You know, it's like so many positive things. I would do that. But it's not the case, so I need to go out and work. Where it's raining, I'm outside on the pitch. It's snowing, I'm out on the pitch. Minus 10, 15, 20. You there working hard. But here, things are different because they don't know. The only thing they see is what is around. Beautiful car, beautiful house, clothes. But they don't know how that's come. People, like I said, you're doing compromising. You can buy a car because of a reason, because of something you need. It's not like always something that you want. Because I can give you an example, like I had a Kia before, and living in Clementsville all the way to Stroman, driving that almost 4 times every day, cost you around almost 15,000 kroner. And then we just sit down and say, that's not possible. You're driving a Kia and then you're paying 15,000 kroner a month. You change it to a Tesla and we pay much less money a month. But people from the outside, they can't see that. They will just see, oh, you go from Kia to Tesla. But they don't know actually that you go down on a budget by having that car instead of using this car. Because this car might be cheaper, but the expenses around that car is more expensive. But someone who's back home, they don't know those realities. That's the only thing they see, this car. It's the same, you have a small house and a big house. You need a big house. You have kids. We 7, my wife and I, with our 5 kids. We can't live in a 1-bedroom house. It's not possible. Those are things that you need. But back home, they don't see it that way. Of course, we have to work really hard to get where we are today. But for me, if I have, for example, a message to give to people based on my experience, we need more support. We that are here, we need more support than people back home. Because people back home, they get all the warmth, all the love, everything they need. But the thing is, they need to stop fooling people home. Make them believe that here it's paradise when it's not. They need to show them the real face of Europe. How is it really here? You can't struggle. Instead of wanting your family to help you, you want to show them another face by coming to another friend's house, sitting in his couch, taking some snap, sitting in his car, taking some snap, sending home. And actually nothing is yours. And then they say, wow, look at this guy. And then they say, Europe is difficult. But they need to know the reality is not like that. It's not the way they think it is. If you come in Europe, make sure you have a good education. Make sure you have the right attitude. Because you came here. If you want to work, you need to do 3-4 times more than they do. Otherwise, why would they give you the job? Why would they hire someone who can do the same job that someone that live here can do? Why do you need to travel more than 10,000 miles just to come to do the same job? They can then hire a Norwegian guy to do it, or a French or an American guy. They don't need to hire someone from Africa. The only reason why we can work here and get in a good position is because we do things more. We work harder. We are more committed. That's the way it is. You know, people talk, and we say in Senegal, words is like a bullet. Once it get out, you can't catch it up again. Ask the Norwegian minister. I don't know which position she said something about just a comment. I'm sure she didn't mean what people think, but it's a word, it's a bullet, it's out there, bang, and people spread it out everywhere. And I'm sure if you had given her one more chance, she will never say those words again, because when people are talking about why African people are not welcome in the US because of Trump and things like that, and she coming up and saying, yeah, they accept Norwegian people because we work hard. Come on. That means African people doesn't work hard. That's how people interpret that. But I'm sure when she was saying it, she didn't mean that African people work hard. She was just thinking about Norwegian, because typically Norwegian are Vikings. They work hard in their own description of hard work. But she didn't mean to say African doesn't work hard. So for me, it's just like to say, before you say something, before you think, before you judge, know what's the reality there. Before people in Africa are sitting there and thinking that everything is nice and easy, they should come here and know. You know, me, I'm always thanking God. In a way, things fix themselves. I have been, like every African, going through those challenges with parents and needs. And it's tough. Sometimes you go through really tough time. You can't say no. If you say no, they're mad at you, because they really don't think how you're struggling, how hard it is for you, because maybe you don't want to share it with them. But they don't believe it. Once you share it, they don't believe. They think you're done. But when we get married, it was a wonderful wedding. But when my family, they came here. And then not only how we live, but how the life is it in Norway. I remember she went shopping to buy some stuff home. Did she buy something? I don't think she bought something. No, she didn't, because she thought everything was expensive.
Yeah, she went to that cheap place. That's the place you call cheap.
Yeah.
She was like, this is expensive.
In Norway?
Yeah, and I remember. Yeah.
We wouldn't buy anything there, because there was everything is like very 50 kroner and 100 kroner.
Yeah.
The most expensive thing there is 100 kroner. And when she come there, she was like, I tell her, she said, I don't have so much money, but maybe I need to go in a very cheap place, you know?
This is the cheapest way.
I said, this is the cheapest place you can get it, you know? She was like, how do you manage that? I mean, how much money do you make to be able to afford to eat? Because she said how much money we use for food. I mean, I remember we invited her out. We're gonna go out and eat. She said no. She said no. I'm not going out. How much money are you gonna pay for food? This is insane. I said, but we invite you out. But we stay home and make food and eat. She said, when I go back home, they're gonna hear me. I'm gonna tell them that you need to stop this image you have of Europe. It's just tough life. But people have this, they don't want to stress the parents. They don't want to worry them. So they always show them the nice picture. But what they need to understand is that that's not helping. It's not helping. You need to tell them how it is, and they will help you, because we are the one who need help. I need to look at my phone and see my mom's calling, or my grandma, or brother, or sister. It's warm my heart. But not the opposite, them waiting all the time, the call come from here, to call just because they think it's cheaper to call from here them calling us, and actually, and I live here, I live there. And I know how much money I used to call when I'm here, and when I go back home holiday and I call home, I know how much money I use. It's 10 times cheaper to call from Africa to Europe than calling from Europe to Africa. And we are the one here who is, like, again, I'm not taking myself as an example because I have a family, I have people. When I come home to my family. But some, they come home to nobody. So when they finish work, they come home, it's sadness, it's no food waiting for them, nothing. They have to come home working maybe 12, maybe some of them work 18 hours because they have 2 jobs. They come home, they just eat fast and sleep because their next job waiting for them. Those, they need their parents to support them. Not financially, but emotionally. Call them, check on them. Don't just call to ask for help, for money. Call and see how they do. Just a simple call. Hi, how are you doing? Everything okay? They have no idea, but it helps a lot. It helps us to go to work next day and fight harder to make them proud. So it's not easy because there is this proverb we say in Wolof. Limi saf kika ñam rek ko xam. What it tests, those that test it, that's the only one who can tell you how to test. It's not easy to translate a proverb, but you know what I mean. And that's the truth. If you haven't been in Europe, you can't know how it is. If you live all your life in Africa, you see people going to Europe, when they come back, they can be able to buy a house, buy a car, dressing nice, can give people money from left and right, and being there for 1 week and go back and still tell you Europe is hard. You're never gonna believe that. Never. But I can tell you, if you bring 10 people in Europe, 1 will succeed. The 9, they struggle, and that's me being nice by saying 10. I can name 100, you pick 1. That's the way it is. So it demands a lot of understanding and help from the parents. Like I said again, we need it most. And I hope one day we will come in a point where we'll be able to achieve our dreams by just being back home.
I really agree with you because it's very difficult to tell people it's difficult because what they normally say is, if Europe is difficult, why don't you come back?
Exactly.
Why are you still there? But then coming back will not solve the problem. So they really need to experience it. And then we, those who are here also, especially those that are so much into sending pictures and trying to live a life that is not yours, they are the ones creating problems for the rest. Because what you see is what you believe, not what you hear. If I send you a picture in a Tesla, I don't even have a driving license. But then I send you a picture in a Tesla and then tell you that I don't have money to go to school, I have to ask my father. You wouldn't believe that. So that is the problem. But it was a very good point that you come out with. And I also want to know, what are your hobbies like apart from football?
Well,
Do you have any other hobbies?
that's a very difficult question. Honey, what were my hobbies?
Me?
That's true.
Your family?
If I'm not working,
Yeah.
I'm with my family.
That's
I have no other things. I don't
Big
have
family.
this. I have, for me, family is everything. I'm all about my family. All my hard work is for my family. It's for me to put them in a very comfortable position so they're not going to be in needs. I want my kids to be able, when they grow up, to don't look back. To don't say, I have to succeed to help my dad or my mom. I want them, when they get where they want to be, they just keep on going and take care of their own kids. I've been discussing with many people back home Of course, no one will agree with me because they say, Madiou, you spend so much time in Europe. Again, I told them, me, I can be the perfect example because I've been to many, many countries. Each of them have different culture. And I'm, in a way, pick the best of each of them and try to make my own. I am not the guy who say, oh, I'm stick to the African culture, Norwegian culture, Arabic culture, Turkish culture, or so on and so on. No. Because Lebanese, they have their own culture. I went to Syria, they have their own culture. I went to Kuwait, they have their own culture. And imagine, all those three are Arabics, but they have their own culture. I went to Turkey, totally different culture. Imagine Norway. It's a way lot of culture. You went to Kurdistan. I mean, each of them, they have their own way of seeing life. So, for me, going back home, trying to make them see light where there is dark, it's hard. It's very tough. But I never give up on that because I've been where they were. But it took me time, but I learned. I opened my eyes. Coming to just a simple thing, how we take care of our wives. Back home, you would sit here having a glass right there that you can just pick it up. You're gonna call your wife that is the other side of the house to come to give you that glass, just so you can show to people that you are the man in the house. But I don't believe that. It's the same thing that guy who beat a woman trying to show I'm the man. Being a man, that's mean being a gentleman. That's mean taking care of your wife. You know, the day when you marry, that's when you lose your name. Some men think that their name always stays, but it never did. When you get married, you both shift names. You know why? If I did something outside or whatever good or bad I do, they're never gonna say Madiou. Nah, they're gonna say Ingerina's husband. If she go out and do something bad or good, they're gonna say Madiou's wife. That's her name now, Madiou's wife, and I'm Ingerina's husband. And that's what follows you. So if you treat your wife good, it's gonna be Madiou's wife. And if you treat her bad, it's Madiou's wife. So it's your name coming up, and that's what they don't know. Cooking for your wife, cleaning for your wife, taking care of your wife, that's the duty of husband, especially if you are a religious person. But not treating her like, I have no idea, I don't even have words, because that's, people say slave, but that's not slavery either. You know? But there's no word for that for me. You need to take care of your family by not just the house, the car, the way you behave. I think it's very important. And on top of that, people need to understand. Many won't agree, especially people that are, I would say, in a way, the way they believe Muslim is, you need to take care of your mom to be able to have success in life. You need to take care of your dad to have success in life. But we in Africa, we live backwards. I grew up, I work to make money so I can take care of my parents, hoping my kids will grow up and take care of me when I get old. And then it's going like this, backwards. We just throw back. Instead of going forward, we throw back. And when I was discussing with my family and friends, I said, you know, it needs to stop somewhere. Sometimes someone needs to change it. And if it changes somewhere, and then we start going forward. Of course, in the beginning, one have to suffer. Because there's going to be at certain point one that when I don't throw back, those that keep waiting, they won't get nothing. Because they're going to be standing there their whole life waiting for some me to throw in. But I'm not throwing. I'm trying to send it forward. So they can send it forward and send it forward. So then we can relax. You know, the worst thing is expectation. Expectation is the worst thing. Sitting and expect something from people. You don't know if they have it or not. Sitting in my chair and say, oh, I'm gonna sit and wait for my son to find a job and can help me. What if he don't? Then I struggle and I bring him more problem. That's 2 problems. My wife doesn't work, 3 problems. Another brother, 4 problems. But take care of yourself. And you don't need to look around. Take care of your wife, your kids, and each of them, because you are the head of the family. Let's say you have 4 or 5 kids. They're here in front of you, all 5. You both work and help them to have a good life. And when they go through it, each of them, they start to build their family by themselves. They don't need to help me. They don't need to help their mom. They don't need to help brothers and sisters. So their focus is how they're going to build another branch to go out and help them out. They build here, they build here, they build here. And then they go, they move forward. We, instead of being here worrying about how are we going to help them, all of them, because they grow old, they share their money with their brother, sister, with us, nobody end up having nothing. At certain point, we get old, of course, we use our retirement money for ourselves. And then they start finding a job, they find a wife, they get money, they work, and they take care of their kids. Again, don't understand me wrong. When people need help, it's different. When I have my family and they need help, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be a family. It can be anyone. When they really need the help, of course we are there to help. Because it's always good to help people. But what I'm saying is that people back home doesn't want to work just because I have a cousin, I have a son who is in Europe working. I don't need to work anymore. Let me just sit here and waiting for him to send me every month. Let's say 1 month he struggled. Let's say he lost his job. And you are waiting for him to send you money to pay your rent, to eat, to do your thing. And he didn't send the money. What are you going to do? You're going to go borrow money and own people money. And then the next month nothing happens. You go on people money. Or if he doesn't, if you put a lot of pressure on him, he's going to go borrow money and send it to you. And then he's in a deep shit. Because next month, even if you find a job, he's running behind all the time. You don't know it, but you are putting him in a difficult situation that he will, instead of providing for his kids, he will end up not giving them nothing. So his kids will struggle just because he let them to take care of his parents. And then that's where it started. I'm not saying I'm going to be the one who changed that, but that's how we live. And it's sad that it's like that. Someone, somewhere, somehow, sometimes need to do something. And the parents, they are the one who need to help us. That's what I said. We need help more than they do. They need someone, one of them, they need to take responsibility and say, oh, we've done a mistake. We need to change something. Take care of your kids. Take care of your family and things will change. That's the same thing I say to my kids. Don't look at us. We are good. Think about how you're going to make your life. We will help you as much as we can, but make your own life, make your own family, and take care of your kids. Make sure that what we did for you, you're going to do the same for your kids, and so on and so on. That's, again, my opinion.
It's a great thing, you know. I'll look up to that.
Yeah.
Because I'm also growing up and I still have my dad.
Yeah.
So it's like you only have football as your hobbies. That's impressive. And your wife.
Yeah.
Do you like music?
Yeah. I mean, when we are here home, we dance.
We put music on all the time.
Yeah.
In the dressing room for the boys, he's the only one who brings the speaker, everybody's dancing. You know, and in Norway, we're not really like the dancing culture, you know, most are born stiff. But like he's bringing the music and the 12-year-old boys are dancing and making, jokes and having fun. So we love music. Yeah.
We warm up with music, and people are other coaches. They think it's fun. It's funny. Sometimes they make jokes. You know, some of the kids, and I see them in the beginning. They were really, like you said, they're stiff. They don't have the rhythm. But now
they're starting to get it. They're
you
starting
see
to loosen up.
they loosen up. They get the rhythm. They warm up with the music. In the dressing room, there's always the music, because have you ever seen someone who is sad and listen to fun music and dancing and being sad? It doesn't work. Music being happiness. You're happy. If you were yesterday here, you get crazy. We all were dancing, singing, doing our own karaoke thing, even without having the karaoke stuff. We just put the instrumental, and then you gonna hear all horrible voices. We're not good at singing. Of course, we are not. But our kids, they are very good. They're not football. They're not very good in football, but they're very good on singing and dancing. Like I said, they will make their own way. But that's my hobbies. It's spending time in my family. I don't know in which way. We can dance, we can go swimming, we can go walking in the mountain, even though we don't have one time. She drove us all the way to that mountain. I was behind, walking, kids running, but it's fun.
In sneakers, Nike.
Yeah, without mountain shoes. I was sleeping all the time in the snow. That should be fun to see. But still, it's time with my family. It doesn't matter. I don't care what I do. As long when I'm with my family, I'm good. Even when I go back home, holiday, everybody knows that on me. In my car, I always have only my family. All the time. I'm there. Everything I do, I'm doing it with them. That's me. That's how I always be.
So, what's your favorite song?
Wow. You know, I listen all kind of things. That's me. But I like reggaeton. You know, I like, as long I can move, I'm glad with the music.
You like Akon?
Yeah, but I love Akon.
Yeah, because he's a guy.
It's not but my favorite singer, it's R. Kelly. Yeah, I love Akon music, but R. Kelly, you know, when I really want to relax, I listen to R. Kelly. When I want to dance, I can listen to R. Kelly. You know, I think he's actually, maybe I'm a bad singer, but I can understand all the lyrics he's saying, because when he's singing, he's actually talking. He's not like cutting it like those people rapping, you know, when I almost don't hear what they're saying, but actually I can hear what he's saying. And for me, it's nice. But I'm kind of listening to everything. If you go to my playlist in my car, I like, wow. You see all kind of, even people in the club, they tell me that you listen all kind of music. Some days I just come with a country music. Almost like yesterday, I was singing the Tutti Frutti.
Yeah.
Tutti Frutti. And you know, it's like, people will like, what? You're black? You listen to country music? Yeah. So, that's how I am. No.
I wish to see you play that.
You should see him dance. Oh, you have to dance.
Did you have a role model you look up to when you were young?
It's funny. I have a friend. She lives in Italy. She knew my name was Konate a couple of years ago. I knew her since, wow, way back home. Maybe when we were kids, we were really young. We were maybe 12, 13. And when I was that age, there was a French player called Jean-Pierre Papin. So my name, I was writing my bags, my books, Madiou Papin. She always thought that my name was Papin. It was a French striker. He played for Marseille and Milan and Bayern Munich. He wasn't the best football player, but he was a good goal scorer. And he was good on doing Brussels Park. That's why I always been good doing Brussels Park. I still do it in training. and my players, they were like, wow, how can you can do this, coach? But yeah, I've always been practicing because of that guy. But my role model was my mom. Because it's like my parents, they divorced very early. I was like 6 years when my mom and my dad divorced, and my mom had to raise me by herself. I didn't miss nothing. I never struggled. I have always had the best clothes, everything. Even when I decided to play football, we went to the sport shop, City Sport. It was, no one go there. When you go there before, there was just Lebanese people, because they're the one who had the money to even think about going there. We went there, she told me, choose what you want. So, I mean, I have 3 younger brother and 2 younger sisters on the same mom. So we were 6 with my mom, and she had to work and raise all of us. And we were all in private school. We never went to public school because she think that it's not really serious there. So she always paid for us so we can get a good education. We, all of, no exception. So I was really looking up to her, how she handled us, how she worked hard. We always eat nice food, get nice clothes. We go to holiday. I remember when I was a kid, I was going to Spain, Las Palmas, holiday. I went to Italy. You know, no one of my friends even never see a plane. But my mom, she managed to take us every summer holiday to go to spend time just to do other things. Something that was not common in Africa. But she tried to give us the best and work hard. That's why when I start to be a teenager, I have a kid, it was difficult because I felt like I put a burden on my mom's head again. I needed to do something. I see things starting to get really difficult because my brother's starting to grow, things start to be expensive. You know, we just renting a house. It was difficult. I really grew up and I see how my mom struggled because it wasn't that easy that we thought when we were kids. So when you grow up, you see things, you understand, and then you know, wow, I need to do something. I'm the oldest son. I need to do. I can't just sit here and every time I'm going to training, I need to ask my mom to give me transport. So I go to training because where I go to school and where I go to training is quite far. So sometimes I just keep the money and run. Instead of taking one extra bus, I run for 30 minutes to get into my training. Use that as a warm-up. And back home, I run again and take another bus. So instead of taking 2 buses, I take one and run. Just so she can save some money. Instead of giving me, let's say 100 kroner, she'll give me 50. So I'm proud of her. I know she's very proud of me because I managed to take away that burden. When I was in Lebanon, I was earning $700 a month. That's nothing. It was in '99. It could be a lot back then, but that was not so much. But every month, I take the $500, I send it to my mom so she can be able to take care of my brother, sister, pay school, food and everything. And I keep for myself $200. The $200, that's all for food. I cook once a week. On the phone, I call my mom and she tells me how to cook. So I make 2 different foods, and I put them on the fridge. So every day when I come, the rest of the week, I warm it up and eat. Every day, every week, I cook once. That's how I was living. Like that. For the first 8 months I be there before I go holiday in Senegal. All my money, I send to my mom so she can take care of my brothers and sisters and help her in a way. because things were difficult. She needed a car, we need a place to live. Then we managed to have a small house and then starting to build it up. Now it's she's okay. She's don't work anymore. She's living. All my sisters, brothers, they married, they move out. I only have my younger brother at home who is 20. So he's the only one left at home being African. But he's a hard worker. He wanna do something, but it's not always easy. But he's the one keeping company in my mom now and trying to do something in his life. But at least I'm proud of what you have done, what we have become. Because being a single mom, raising 6 kids, back then in the 2000, early 2000, end of 90s, it's not easy. And that's even when things start to get good. But when I was kid, it was really tough. It was in the 80s, my brother's bones, and there were really some tough moments, But she never showed us, and that's why I'm proud of her. That's why, for me, that's the same thing I do. Our kids, we can struggle sometimes. They never know. They think everything is great. Yesterday when we went to buy our old son some clothes and things because he's staying in Oslo right now, he doesn't see those things. He doesn't see maybe we can sacrifice something so he can get one thing because he have other brothers. But they don't know that right now. But when they grow up, when they reach where they should start thinking about family, then they will know. I told him yesterday, the day when you have a family, you will know how it is to have kids. You will know how it is. Now, right now, you have no idea. Because when you want to go in a shop and want to buy shoes for 4,000 kroner, it's because something is not right inside your head. He said, but that is only 2,000 kroner. That's how his mind works. Because he just see what is around. He don't really see the thing. That's how my mom was good at. We always thought my mom was rich. Because everything we want, we get it. But when I grew up, I start to see things. She don't even need to tell me. But I can see it. So I don't know how many people have a mom or a man who become a football player, have a man as a role model. But I'm one of them.
It's great. It's great that you have your own parent. But then, what do you have for those looking up to you? Because I'm sure there are people looking up to you, especially those who are training right now.
I think they should. It's very difficult. It's difficult to make people. It's just gonna come back to the Senegalese program. You really need to be there to know. You really need. I can pass this tunnel 10 times, and this is your first time to go through the tunnel. I will tell you, you need to really be careful. It's very hard to know. It's a lot of dangerous stuff. I can say everything. There is one place in your head will say, he's just talking. It's gonna be. You can believe me, but you will not go for it. You will say, it's just because he's lazy. You will find an excuse. Until you go through it, then you're like, wow. I've been there, done that. I've been sitting the same place and people tell me, don't put your feet there because this guy. I go and I see myself. And then I go and next people, you need to down and listen. They go through it. Everyone will go through that. That's life. That's how it is. If we all listen to those that has more experience and those that we look up to, if we all listen to them, nobody will struggle in life. Nobody. Because then everything will be perfect. But God made us in a way we need to experience. It's like I train those kids. To make it simple, I can train them passing exercise. Every single day. Show them how to do this simple movement of hitting your inside feet to get the right tempo and hit the target. Do it every single day. It's like, they should just do it naturally, but they don't. Because at certain point they say, oh, coach is teaching me to use my inside foot all the time, let me try the outside. And then they miss the pass. Just because they try the outside. And me, I'm like, I don't understand. Why do you want to try something else? Why can't you do it like? But you will understand. Those things, you need to play football to understand it. You need to go through that to understand that you've been there, you've done that. If you do it once, then you say, oh, this doesn't work. Then you will get back to what you teach him. But as long as you don't try something else, he will not see why you tell him to do this. But again, being a role model, it's very hard. That's why I'm really committed to my job. That's why I work really hard. Because when I'm a coach, but I'm more an educator, because I coach kids between their 13 until 19. Those are, for me, I think the most important age in your life. Because when you start to hit 13, you start to puberty, you start to learning stuff, experiencing all kind of things in life, everything. And when you, until 19, then you start to be a grown-up. You finish with your stupid things that you do, you start to, wow, yeah, now I need to find a job now I need to, yeah. In that age, my job is to make them realize what's good, what's bad, to have the attitude, the personality, the commitment, to have everything they need that they're going to use after 19 for the rest of their life. It's a challenge. It's a big challenge because it's not easy. Kids that learning, it's very, very difficult, especially in Norway. When you wanna, the perfect example is, planke. When you do planke, when I train the kids, I tell them do planke in the kunstgras. They like after 30 seconds, that won't. It's painful because they do planke on a rubber. Some people do planke on the ground with rocks and sand, and you are doing planke on the rubber, and then you think that it's hard. I'm shocked. I told them I can sit in this ground, in this rubber all day long. The pain here will be my least problem. But only thing you're thinking is like it's painful. Yeah. That's how difficult it is to teach someone who have everything, to make them believe that things is hard when actually they never experience hard. When it's hard, they find other things to do easier because they have that option. It's not always people have options, but here we live in a country where they have options. But what I can advise them is that one day, we don't know when, we don't know who, things will change. Things always change. Things in one way or another, things will change. You can have parents that taking care of you, give you everything you need. One day, boom, they're not here anymore. You end up all by yourself, struggling. What you gonna do? Trust me, they're gonna be mad at their parents. Why they put me in this situation? Why didn't they teach me? And that's what they should know. That's the only thing I see that can make them open their eyes, that no one will be in this life forever. Nobody. If I don't know how to cook or do nothing, expecting even though every time I come home the dinner is ready, I know how to make food. Because if all of a sudden my wife, I don't wish that, she's gone, I end up with the kids. I don't know how to change a diaper. I don't know how to clean a house. I don't know how to make a food. We all struggle. That's how it is. It's the same like if my wife didn't know how to drive a car or anything and I'm not home. We have an emergency, who's going to drive the kids? She's struggling. That's what I call depending on people. Expectation. It's not good. You need to learn to be independent. And to be independent, you need to have the right attitude and be committed to what you do. I've been saying to my sisters or sons or anyone that I see that they don't have the right attitude because they are in a time in their life where they don't need anybody. They don't feel like they need anyone. You can come to me, I don't know you. You can just come and say, hello. Yeah. What are you? Why are you? I don't need to say hello to you. I don't know you. You don't give me food. You don't give me anything. So, but maybe today, that's today. But in 10 years, in 5 years time, it might be tomorrow. I end up in a situation where I drive in the road and stuck there and just you passing me. And that was you that I ignored 24 hours ago. Just because of what I did. I thought I don't need you. I don't care about you because at that moment, I don't know you. I've been talking to someone yesterday because I was talking to someone on the phone and I said, oh, say hello. And then she was like, oh, don't want to talk. Just because she don't know the person and you don't have no interest in that person in the other line. You don't know the person, have no interest, nothing. So you don't need to, why would I say hello to the person? I don't know you. But you don't know. That person automatically think, oh, because I'm in Africa and you are in Europe, you don't want to talk to me. You see the difference of mentality. That's why people in Africa are very defensive. They always feel like when people talk to them in a way or react in certain way, they think it's because of their color or because where they come from. But maybe it's not that case. It's not always about the color. It's not always about where they come from. It's just because the person has no interest. The person don't know you. It's their loss. Because you haven't done nothing. One day, in somehow, things can turn around. And then they might need you. And then they will be like scratching their back of their head and like, yeah, that was, I was really in a bad place back then. Of course, that's what they think. Respect people. But on top of that, respect yourself. If you respect yourself, it's easy to respect people. But many, they don't see it that way. That's why, we Africans that live outside Africa, I will put it that way. African people that live outside Africa, they are defensive. I've been there. I've been very defensive at certain point. But like I said, when you travel around, meet different people, you know that many things is in your head. That's why if you are a white person, I met you, and I give you my hand, you don't shake my hand right, I say you're racist. If I was white, you wouldn't shake my hand like that. Or just like that. But if you're black and I'm black, and I give you my hand, you don't shake it right, I would say, oh, you are impolite, you don't care about me. Why wouldn't I say you're racist? Just because of the color is different, then the word have to change. But it's the same attitude. You did the same thing that the white guy did. But the white guy is racist, and what makes you that? So I think Africans, black people, we need to stop being in our defensive. Because this racist thing is in our head. You see it everywhere. In the football pitch, stop no to racism. We give credibility to those very few people that are racist. by talking about it. If you ignore them, they're lost. They're gone. Nobody talk about it. If nobody buy pasta anymore, pasta will close. Pasta will be gone. Nobody use pasta anymore. Of course they will stop selling pasta. But if there is always people eating pasta and say, oh, pasta is shit, I don't like it, they will keep selling pasta because you still buying it and still talking about pasta. Just by talking about something, that's what they call advertising. Because you're talking about it. Talking about racism, talking about color, making those that are actually racist, and I believe that very, very few that are actually racist deep inside them, to shine. The best way is to ignore them. Myself, that word doesn't exist. I'm not gonna meet a guy, it doesn't matter which attitude you have towards me, I wouldn't use the word racist. I will use the word instead jealous. It's not a racist, they're jealous. Because if you met a person who's in different color, because it's not only white, you meet Arabic, you meet all kind of different color than not black, and they have a different attitude because maybe you're more successful or something, then you're gonna say they're racist. But no, they're not racist. I'm sure they have a black friend, but they can see under. Maybe because they can see you above, you think they're racist? No, that's a jealousy. Because you did something they didn't, and then they're jealous. I think we need to be more educated in that part to make the difference between jealousy and racism. It's not part of me to even talk about that, because like I said, talk about it, it's advertising. We just gonna move them on the side, move on, because for me, like me and my family, life is all about being happy, getting committed to your word, to your family. You know, thanks to God every time you have the chance. That's, yeah.
At last, I want to ask you, like, do you have plans, future plans, after achieving a lot? Do you still have plans for the future?
Always. I always have a plan. I'm always aiming. I'm always challenging myself. That's how I've been when I was playing football. That's how I am. I'm opening a new chapter of my life as a coach. But my biggest challenge is to make sure that my wife will never be sad, will never look at me and look unhappy. That's my biggest challenge. I'm lucky to have a wife like this. I'm very lucky. And that's my main challenge right now. I'm opening a new chapter in my life with my job as a coach. But my main challenge that is parallel with my job, that I can't go without that. If I'm not happy at home, if I come home and see my wife not happy, I don't think I can aim to my goal as a coach, because everything is home, and that's my challenge, that's my goal. So wherever I go on my career, right now I reach in a level that everything come, it's a bonus for me. I'm happy. So I'm just wishing that I can be able to spend more time with my family in the future, at the same time doing what I love. That's mean football. That's if I'm in holiday, and let's say if I'm in holiday and my wife, she's working, I'm home, I'm just getting crazy because while I'm free, you know, because I love this football team. It's like today, it's my first day holiday. What we did, we went training with all the kids, all of us. We just go and train because it's spending time with my family. We do what we all love. It doesn't matter what it is. So I don't know where I'm going to go as a coach. I'm very ambitious and I want to go as far as possible. I want to do things that I haven't done as a player. I want to do it as a coach. I have my own ideas where I want to go, what I want to do. And I believe that I will get there. Because I have the right attitude and commitment and I love my job. And on top of that, I know I'm good at what I'm doing. I thank God I'm being gifted into football and I'm trying to help as much people I can inside that. So yeah, that's.
I'm impressed.
And I think he's very lucky because if you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life again. It doesn't feel like that because you know, like you say, he loves football. It's his hobby. It's his job. It's like, yeah, you're very lucky.
Some people, when they have holiday, they're happy. Oh, finally. Me, I'm like, oh, yeah, what I'm gonna do now? Because I don't feel like I'm working. I'm working, but I do what I love. I'm going every day smiling, happy when I come home. Yes, it was a good day today. You know, so that's how it is.
Thank you so much. Like, it was so great to have you on this program. And I'm so happy that you shared your career life and personal life, including your lovely family that I've seen for myself. And the good food you people provide. I'm so impressed, you know, and meeting people like you who work really hard and are ambitious is a plus for us because I'm just 20 growing up. I have a lot in front of me. So talking to people like you would wake me up, even though I have plans, but then I know how to go about it because these are people who have gone through it and these are people that are still going through challenges. So I'm really impressed, even though I'm not a good football player. But then challenges are just challenges and the way you handle them is what makes it easy. And I'm sure those listening would learn more than I do from this video. Thank you so much.
No, thanks to you. Thanks for having me in our home. And
It's such a pleasure.
that's true.
Let me take it.